Hi everyone, today we're going to continue with our story of Traction Man, but focusing on the middle of the story. So first of all, we're just going to have a quick recap, what happened at the beginning and what happens next. So maybe pause the video and have a little think. What happened at the beginning of the story and what happens in the middle? So at the beginning of the story, Traction Man arrived, didn't he? He was there as a present. The little boy was thrilled to bits. And then they went on a secret mission because the little boy had to do the washing up. So Traction Man helps, but the poisonous dishcloth tried to get him. So he ended up being saved by a scrubbing brush. Then they went on more missions in the garden before they then went to Granny's house. And this is the part we're going to talk about today. So they went to Granny's house and Granny had knitted him a green romper suit, but he wasn't very happy, was he? And I don't think the little boy was happy with having to put Traction Man in it. Then he went on and he did some more super missions and he helped some spoons. So let's have a look again today at what we can put into our story. So we're going to write some more sentences about the middle, but thinking about these things again. So capital letters and full stops. Conjunctions, remembering conjunctions join two sentences together. So, but, and, because. Noun phrases, remember that's two or more adjectives to describe something. So we did a little bit on noun phrases yesterday. We're going to see if we can add some more noun phrases into our work. Remember, we don't just describe it as boots, we describe them as black leather combat boots to give a little bit more excitement to what the person is wearing or what somebody is doing. Exclamation sentence. So we might have done some of that in grammar yesterday where we've got an exclamation mark at the end, again giving more emphasis to the reader. Commas as a list. Instead of writing and all the time, we can use a comma. Writing in the past tense and thinking about spelling words accurately and using our sounds. Let's have a look then. Here is my first sentence. Traction Man received a lovely new green knitted romper suit with matching bonnet. I want you to see if you can change my sentence. Because I've used a noun phrase, a green knitted romper suit, but do you think you could change it to make it sound even better? So instead of a lovely new green knitted romper suit, how else could you explain or describe it? Pause the video and have a go. Don't forget, send over your sentences at the end, and I hope you've remembered the other things, capital letter for full stops and capital letters for names. I'm sure you will have done. Next one then. He did not like his brand new outfit because all his friends laughed at him and called him daft silly names. Poor Traction Man. So this time I've used a conjunction. So I've used the word because. I wonder if you can have a little bit of a think about your sentence. What could you write about his friends laughing at him? Maybe have a little think about what conjunction you could use, what happened when his friends laughed at him, how did Traction Man feel? Or perhaps use my sentence, but see if you can change a couple of words, but make sure it makes sense. This time, sadly, he sat on the edge of the kitchen cliff and wept buckets because he was feeling totally silly in his green romper suit. So I've got sadly at the beginning of mine, which is a verb because it's something he was doing. He was sadly sat on the edge of the kitchen cliff. Could you think of another word to open my sentence up instead of sadly? What could it be? What else might Traction Man be doing? And maybe have a look at my sentence again, and I want to see if you can improve my sentence. So sadly, he sat on the edge of the kitchen cliff and wept buckets because he was feeling totally silly in his green romper suit. What else might Traction Man be doing if he's on the edge of the kitchen cliff? How else might he be feeling? So see if you can come up with a new word at the beginning and then see if you can look at my sentence, and you might rewrite it all, but you might want to change a couple of things to make it a better sentence. Then I want you to have a go at writing a question. What was happening? How can Traction Man help us? So thinking about the middle of the story where they went to Granny's, he got a green romper suit and he was saving some spoons. What questions might have been asked in the middle part of the story? See if you can write a question. Then I want you to have a go at writing an exclamation phrase. My goodness, all the spoons had fallen. So remember, an exclamation phrase is often quite small, isn't it? So again, I've just talked about some of the things that happened in the middle of the story. What do you think you could write as your exclamation phrase? Have a little think and write one. Then last one. Traction Man had no idea what to do next, but Scrubbing Brush had thought of an amazing plan. So I've had to use capital letters for Scrubbing Brush and Traction Man, haven't I? And I've used but as my conjunction. So I want you to have a think of another sentence of something that happened in the beginning of the story to see if you can write a sentence with a conjunction. So remember, a conjunction joins two sentences together, as well as all the other sentences that I've asked you to write this morning. So think about the middle of the story, see if you can write, and you might have done it as you go along, but see if you can write a question, an exclamation phrase, and at least two sentences with conjunctions, noun phrases, and maybe that one with the verb as well. Have a go at that. Okay, don't forget to send your work on Tapestry. Take care, everybody.